Hey guys, it's 101R Smith, also known as Reggie Smith. I'm back again with the Gunpla Network today to bring you yet another review. This time we're going to be taking a look at the GM ground type from the OVA anime, Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS team. The building process is very straightforward, and if you've built either the EZ8 or the Gundam ground type, the GM ground type is nearly an identical build of that. Everything goes in the same, it has the very same boxy aesthetic that goes to it, and majority of the runners in this kit include, say, Gundam ground type, EZ8, and GM ground type. So it's all fundamentally the same structural build and the same formula in this kit. The main differences are obviously the head and some new different accessories. Also, for those who aren't used to screws, this kit has screws. This is one of the earlier master grades, so this was before they were able to figure out articulation through plastic solely. So you're going to need a small little screwdriver in order to fix those screws up, but please don't worry, there's only 4 contained in this kit. The overall aesthetic for the GM ground type is kind of meh to me. I don't know, it's just that while the tan off-white works pretty well with the aesthetic that comes from the 8th MS team, I'm not the biggest fan of the orange used. The shade is just a little too bright and comes off as a bit too toyish. It just kind of offsets the grounded realness that the other colors of the kit include. Speaking of the other colors, that there's a clear piece, the clear green is also connected to the front camera. And I decided to add a silver painting to the back of the head, just so that the front camera could pop a little bit more, because what I've seen from previews and a test fitting, the green is pretty dull without the silver in the inner frame. It works, but just something you might want to add a little bit. Another thing when it comes to the aesthetic and the look, I tried a few of the decals, and the only one that really stuck was the one with the shield. All the other ones were flaky, broke off too easily, and just didn't work. I don't know if this kit, because this kit is almost 20 years old, or just I got a bad batch, but the looks for this kit work, but they're not the most aesthetically pleasing grunt suit that I've had in my collection. The articulation of the GM is rather plain. I say that because I've dealt with the EZ8, and a lot of my frustrations came with the articulation. Because of its boxy design and the fact that it's almost a 20-year-old kit, some of the articulation will be lacking in some places. Where you're going to get all of the basic standards such as double-jointed elbows, the double-jointed knees don't quite work on this kit because some parts of it are held by polycaps, which is a very similar design that we were used to from the old 1100 Gundam wing kits. Don't worry, the joint is there, you're just not going to get the full extension. My other rather big complaint about this kit in terms of articulation is the hands. They are the old school style 3-1 split, and also they're connected with polycaps on a ball joint, and they fall off a lot, and it becomes holding the weapons very difficult at best and blindingly frustrating at worst. Articulation, everything is here, but it's just by the books. In some places it's rather lacking, but you need to understand that this is a kit coming from 2000-2001. It's not the best master grade, but it will get you by most of the standard poses that you expect your Gunpla to have. The best part about the GM, and pretty much all of the master grades that came out of the 8th MS team, are the accessories. And boy, did we get a buttload of accessories in this kit. 3 of which are carbon copies that you'd have gotten from the Gundam ground type or the EZ8. You're going to get the machine gun, which works very similarly to the other 2 kits. Pretty hard to hold up. I find that the hands don't hold them or grip them very well, but they are easy to hold up and don't have a lot of weight to it. They also come with cartridges, so you can act as though if it's running out of ammo, it can grab onto the side skirt and pull out another round of ammo. Next, you're going to be getting the standard beam rifle that also is shared between the 3 kits. It's a nice looking beam rifle, 4 or 5 pieces put together with a foil sticker. I find that this one's a little easier to hold on with the hands. You are going to have some basic difficulty with it, but this is definitely the easiest holding of the 4 guns that are included with this kit. It looks pretty good and can get the job done. Next is the shield, and personally the shield to me is one of my favorite accessories. It has a double jointed hinge so that you can hold it up and use it as a guard, and also the big 07 decal looks really great on it. I gotta say, my favorite part of the 8th MST Master Grades, other than its look and the anime, is that I really like the integration of the shield. I find it very unique and very realistic in terms of design and functionality. The 2 big accessories that are exclusive to this kit is the beam sniper rifle, and you're gonna get a rocket launcher. Now, the beam sniper rifle is decently looking enough. It's probably the more complex of the entire of the accessories. It looks pretty good, and it even has a red gem for a camera lens, which is very similar to the Burning Gundam Master Grade that came out a couple months later. So a nice idea by Bandai. It holds in together really well, however, you do get the special hand that is exclusive to this weapon. The sniper holds up pretty well, but then when you try to hold it on, it can flop off, and then when you've got a set of hands that don't plug in or come out very easily, again, it could become blindingly frustrating, and you wonder, why do you even bother? The final accessory to come with this kit, and it's exclusive to the gym ground type, is the rocket launcher. And the rocket launcher, yeah, I couldn't do it. I tried for 10 minutes to try to pose this thing in an adequate pose, and this was the best I could do. And honestly, I wouldn't even be that angry if you could just pull out the missile pods, because there are actual missiles that you build inside that go inside of it. Would have been cool if you could have displayed that, but it can't. And also because of the way the arms and the shoulder are set up, you're not really gonna get a lot of good posing with it. It's just bulky and too much in the way, and the hands really weren't designed for this. So while it's one of the better accessories out of this kit, the design for it just doesn't work with it, and it just is additional fodder. Not really something you really want. A lot of the fun factor that comes with the gym ground type is its compatibility to its brethren units, the Easy 8 and the Gundam ground type. Especially if the Easy 8, if you have that giant backpack that came with it, they are both compatible with each other. You can switch out the backpack that comes from the gym to get the big backpack from the Easy 8, which means all of its accessories like the rocket launcher are compatible to the gym, just as so the sniper is compatible to the Easy 8 and the Gundam ground type. It's a cool thought out process for Bandai at the time to make all of these kits compatible with each other. Unless it comes from the same series, you're not really going to see a lot of that in modern day Gunpla, but it was a cool thought process to have at the time. The other fun process is you get another grunt unit for your Zaku or whatever to destroy it. And it's really fun cannon fodder to have in your collection, especially when you're really frustrated with the kit as well. It's fun to have it destroyed by a Goof or a Zaku, or hell, add a Leo into it. It's just great cannon fodder. Personally, my favorite version of the gym is the Gym Sniper 2, but this version provides a lot of entertainment if you wanted to create the feds getting attacked by Zeon out of nowhere. My final thoughts on the Gym Sniper 2 are that it is a good kit that is held back by its age and design choices that came with it. While it was really cool to have all 3 of the 8th MST main Federation suits be compatible with each other, I find that each one should have been designed individually outside of the gym, and probably would have benefited from just having better articulation. Suffice to say, these 3 kits need a 2.0 sooner or later, and it just holds it back from being a really good grunt kit. And even for a sniper, there are so many better sniper Gunpla that you could pick up. The Buster Gundam, Dynamiz, GM Sniper 2, Just there are so many better grunt units today in the world of Gunpla that the gym ground type really pales in comparison in terms of aesthetics. The cheap orange really doesn't help too. It helps convey a toyish feel to it that really shouldn't be there. This is a grounded, battle-ready suit, not something you get out of a Happy Meal. The choice of color for the orange was poorly executed, and the accessories, while fun, its two exclusive ones don't work as well, and even the main ones, just because of the hand design, just don't implement well into the gym ground type. I really think that a lot of this just does not work. It can be very frustrating, but I would not stop a hardcore 8th MS Team fan to get this. This is a really cool kit and a nostalgia trip for a lot of people who grew up in the early 2000s with Gundam. I am somewhat happy to have this on my collection, but I will admit that there's a lot better choices out there. Before this review is over, I want to give a big thanks to Canadian Gundam for supplying the kit. This is 101 R Smith. I will see you later. Peace.